So my name is String, like string theory of the universe. And, but my real name is Suzanne, but there's a reason why I call myself String, because it's good SEO and it's good branding. Like, you know, who else do you know is called String of the world? Today we're going to talk about the future of LinkedIn and video, because video has been opened up to the world, and I don't think it's rolled out to everyone because there's 500 million people, so they're still rolling it out. So in many ways, I'm like the alpha within the beta, because I've been dominating the video space a little bit. If you have to know anything about me, I love fried chicken. You could tell, right? So that's part of my personal branding. There's a story behind it. There's a reason behind my madness. But it's great because every time you see fried chicken or KFC, you go think of me now. And video started for me about a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. Have you heard of Meerkat? Meerkat was a video live streaming app, and within 6 months it died. Rest in peace, Meerkat. And I was probably one of the early adopters, and I gained 44,000 followers, and was the top 20. And everything I learned on Meerkat, I'm still duplicating that format till today on LinkedIn as well. And I'm going to teach you the formula of what a great video channel is like. So Meerkat, I like to say rest in peace, but thank you for everything I learned about community, content creation, and creating channels. So since then, I've been going on a video journey and testing out lots and lots of video platforms. And currently, I was actually on Facebook Live, and I did about 300 interviews around the world, interviewing about Gary Vee is probably one of them, and a few other like founders and startups people. So I just came back from Asia and America, just checking out the startup scene. And since then, I'm on LinkedIn right now. And I was actually created a channel on Snapchat. That's how LinkedIn found me. Just some basic stats about LinkedIn. It is a great platform because people want to do business on there. You're here, like, is everyone here an active daily user of LinkedIn? Can you put your hand up, please? So you use it. Like, what are the examples do you use? Can you share?
Scroll through the feed, reading articles.
Reading articles. So it's like your like feed.
Status updates.
Status. So you've been reading like a feed, like, yourself?
I stalk people.
You stalk people. Okay. Who's your favorite person at the moment?
So usually I'm looking for people. I've just transitioned jobs. So anytime I'm looking for a job, I go and look at the job, look at the person who's posted it, look at their company, and then make sure I'm visible the entire time so they can see where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Okay.
And then I reach out to them and go, I'm really interested in the job.
Okay.
So
All right. So you're using it as like to find work.
was done. Yeah, did do. And then I use it as to create articles and posts and generate interest.
So what at the moment LinkedIn has been traditionally being used as a platform to hold your CVs. It's shifted now. It's becoming more of the best way to describe it is Facebook for B2B. So it's becoming a social platform. People are coming there and hanging out there. Messenger, like you probably noticed, Messenger has like the messaging platform on LinkedIn has become more like engagement. So people are actually having conversations. People hang out on LinkedIn. People don't hang out to do business on Facebook because it's like, oh, you're wasting your time. But it's still the same habits are being duplicated onto LinkedIn right now because people are having business conversations on LinkedIn. But it's really entirely, it's all like building up relationships. So it's like, 500 million people, just giving you some context, 2 billion people on Facebook, like, in terms of market sizes, 2 billion people are on Facebook, 1 billion are China, LinkedIn has 500 million, and Australia is 28 million. Just giving you that kind of scale. So there's a high credibility factor on LinkedIn because people trust what they're saying because you're sharing information that provides insights to the industry, what's going on, anything to do with business related, people seem to have a higher trust factor on it. And just letting you know, since I've been studying LinkedIn a couple months ago, like even, what's his name? Jeff Weiner, the CEO, has like dropped in and said hello. So he gave me 1.3 million views. So if you have to have a viral hack, try to get him to like message on your ping. And he quoted what I was saying, become a channel, be a voice. So that's like the kind of key takeaway that I want you guys to remember. Be a channel. I started 14 weeks ago. I went from 900 to 8,100 followers. All of them I don't follow or connect with. There's a 10,000 connection hard limit on LinkedIn, but there's an unlimited following on LinkedIn. I don't connect with everyone because like people are starting to notice that I'm a channel right now, so they're just starting to follow me as well. So there's a difference between, you have to also know there's another tip as well. When people try to connect with you and you don't connect with them back, they automatically follow you. Just letting you know, some people don't know the difference. Almost 3.5 million people have read my post and videos altogether. I have about 40,500 professionals profile visits. So that's kind of indicator of like the inbound traffic that's happening right now. And it's all organic. I recruited 5 new talents. So it's like just being a channel like have allowed me to find people that I want to put into my team right now. I've been invited to like be on pods and podcast interviews. I just had one this morning talking about LinkedIn, all the way from Canada. So people have requested me to talk about LinkedIn quite a lot. So it's a great place to like find and like position yourself as a thought leader or a speaker if you want to do that as a KPI. I've been invited to like speaking gigs, and I even like found a brand ambassador deal for LinkedIn. My first video went up to 110,000 views. So that's like about 14 weeks ago. And there's more hashtag campaigns happening as well called Let's Get Honest, which is one that you have to use as a case study. And that video, my video, went about 330 views. As a campaign, it went up to about 2.4 million views worldwide. So campaigns like user-generated content is becoming a thing inside LinkedIn as well. So that's just some basic stats. And that's just my one, all organic. I don't even pay the premium account. Okay, I'm going to give you my theory of content consumption. On one side, we have Kim Kardashian. On the other side, we have Gary Vee. Everyone familiar with Gary Vee? He's like a social media Mongol running a media agency, and he provides daily content like an almost omnipresent kind of way where he shares valuable insights about how to run a business, how to make money, sum it up. Candy content is what dopamine hits, like it's visual candy, like that. You know, Instagram is a great way of describing it. Food porn does really well for a reason because it visually appeals to your eyes. So people on Facebook love candy content. They will stop for candy content because it entertains them and it visually appeals to them. And on the side is like Gary Vee, where he provides content that provides valuable knowledge, motivates your heart and your hip pocket, which is like money. Because at the end of the day, LinkedIn is all about money, right? So Snapchat is candy content, really short, bite-sized content, and LinkedIn right now is where people want to learn how to run a better business. So it's truly an education platform. People don't realize that. But how can you, but even having a bit of candy or like sparkles is okay, because you need to make them stop and enjoy the content that you're like sharing out. So in terms of like my, what makes a good brand channel, I have a 4V, like a theory about branding, and it's broken up to a formula, the 4 Vs. Your vision, your values, your visuals, and your voice equals your brand. So when you have all those 4 Vs, you could amplify that channel really easily because people know what you represent, your vision, and you pull in the people that wants to connect with you and believe in what your values as well. So it's like your audience, your tribe. I'm going to clean up someone's profile. So this is like what a good profile looks like, right? You have on the top here, you have your cover. That has become the new advertising board. Here, someone told me off for not looking into the eyes because the trust factor happens when you look into the eyes. So profile photos makes a difference in terms that person is a person behind that face. That little bit here is really important because when people comment or when you comment, it actually grabs people's attention and it kind of signifies, oh, that person does this. So on my profile, it's #1 video channel. It's like, oh, what does that mean? So people are going to click onto that. So what you have to realize is everyone is a CEO. So how do you make yourself stand out? Use it as a call to action. And so this is what, I feel like the best way to treat your profile is like a landing page. Do you know what a website landing page is? And a landing page kind of like shares your your V's, your 4 V's in many ways. So then it kind of attracts people to what you're doing, your like company's vision, your values, and you know what you guys are trying to do. Even like putting a really your website or like a some people have also put in the calendar, like you know meetings, so people click onto it, so they could like arrange meetings. So it's a good lead generator if you know how to have that inbound traffic as well. So again, so with Robin, you didn't have a personalized URL. So you could personalize your URL so then people could find you much easier.
How do you do that?
There's a step to it. It's tedious.
Edit profile,
And you can write your name or put your handle into it. Like do it now because it's like your digital asset or real estate. So you want to like try to have your name as close as possible to it. You have to go for, yeah, that's correct.
My name's a common name, so I had to go put my middle name in the center. So
Yeah,
instead of putting 1, 2, 3 on it.
So I put my like String Story, which is like my online handle for everything. But String is also like an indicator of like people finding me faster. Again, this is your advertising board. Headline sentence is here. I actually, CEO and co-founder, like that doesn't really say anything. Like even visual domain doesn't say anything. What you need to do is like we help business, like brands or corporates do visual content online. Something that allows them to know that's like your tagline or your business tagline. And here in your experience, this is where you like actually get to show off who your like clients are. So you can create listicles. Again, this is like your landing page. You want people to know that you have credibility, that you know your stuff, and you want them to call you, or you want them to go to your website, and you want them to book a session with you, so they know that like, oh, these are the products and services that they provide. So yeah, sell your face, standardize. A great thing about if you're doing a company as well, if you have, for example, Shootsta has 50 profiles. So if you have like a standard advertising board, it means like it shows like a company template. You may as well use them as like an advertising board from now on, and create like a bit of a template for the experience as well. So then they know that even just one click, they could say, oh, these are like the kind of experience and clients that we have. Show off your clientele. So some case studies in terms of like it's always hard to know what works. So I'm just going to give you some personal channels that are doing really well on, are killing it on right now on LinkedIn. So it's like just some things like what kind of content should you post on LinkedIn right now? Insights and trends do really well. Personal development do well. Productivity do really well. Documenting and sharing do really well. And people overcoming challenges do really well as well if you want to be really personal. So this is Josh Fletcher. He's the king of copy. He's so much this king of copy that there are like minions of Josh Fletcher online right now. He writes like a human. When he writes status posts that you were talking about, there's a 1,300 character limit. That's like 300 words. Status post does better than articles and videos in terms of like content. Like my one averages about 25,000 per post. And that's because I've become a channel now. But so here is like the structure of a post. Like again, like see that how like here you could tell that the person does that. If I optimize it a little better, I'll probably write growth agency top core writer. So he builds up credibility in that one. Co-founder, I'll put all the way to the end because there's like a bit of a premium spot for it as well. So he writes, and you probably get annoyed by it, and you probably go see more of it. Sentence break, sentence space, sentence space, sentence space, sentence space. Why does he write like that? Why does he write like that? It's because it's mobile optimization. It's easier to read that way. People are becoming are starting to read and hang out through their phones on LinkedIn because it's much easier than the desktop. People are starting to read inside on the way to work. They're hanging out on LinkedIn right now. So they're on their phone. They're not on the laptop. They're on their phones. And everything is like, if anything here today is like mobile is the way of moving to the future of content anyway. So what he does, let's break it down. So the first sentence is really important because that's like what is the clickbait sentence. So it needs to be really attention grabby. catchy and stops people. It's like, oh, I want to read more. So you have to use active language. Don't use passive language. Active language meaning like you're actively having. It's like, this is what I done. It's like, today was a nice day. Don't write like that. It's like, awesome. This is a bloody awesome day, or something like that. Like, just grab their attention. And he write like short sentences, and they will continue working their 9-to-5 job. But he's a good person to follow anyway to see how it structures. And at the end, there's a call to action. How do you make people comment and make them like? So you always have to have very strong call to actions. Like, don't write, please comment. Don't do it like that. People won't comment anything really too nice about it. You want them to say, comment if you believe in this. Do you agree is a really popular question right now, because it's polarizing. Do you disagree or disagree? So people want their opinions to be heard. So having like a hashtag as well, so that way people could like find where all your content is. If they like it, they will like start using the hashtag to click and read through all your threads. So that way, like, it's like, how do people find you? It's like, oh, using hashtags. So this is actually a good time to like earn your own hashtags, because very few people are creating channels on LinkedIn right now. So this is another person who does photos. Who does photos? Yeah, someone was talking about photos. You were talking about photos, and it took forever to upload. Just remember, LinkedIn's UX is terrible, and will be continuing for a while. And photos, for some reason, don't do so well. But I show Michaela because she actually shows and do selfies all the time. So why does she do selfies all the time? Because people are familiar with her. Her face is like a common thing that you see on the thing. And people, because she built such a strong tribe around her, I think she has 20,000 followers. People just like for the sake of liking, because people just like her. So selfies and her face is her brand. So when you do videos and you show content, or you want to be a thought leader, your face is your brand. She's a great person to follow, actually. So authenticity is the new currency, is the way I describe it. Manu Goswell, he's 20 under 20. He is a great community leader. He knows how to like engage with people, bring the community offline. He created one called LinkedIn Local, and it's gone around the world.
I've got a friend who runs two of them.
Yeah, there's Sydney and Melbourne. I was in the first one. So he's great in terms of example, how do you bring the online community offline? And you have to do that because people still want to have the opportunity to connect in person as well. I have to admit, video is not for everyone, because there's one particular format that you need, and that's sparkles. Because if you do it like, blah, 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 do you want to watch that? No. It's like you have to like, hi everyone, just a little bit. But the cool thing is, like, you guys as thought leaders know your shit. So when you know your shit, you sparkle, like, you're really excited about what you're talking about, right? Energy translates really well on video. So that's why I call sparkles. And when you interview over 300 people and they know their stuff, it's fun learning from what they're really passionate about. So as thought leaders, or people who, you guys know your shit, just remember like 2 minutes is the max. Can you succinctly provide one message, one video in 2 minutes? Because attention span is still short. Then if you feel like you build up a really long relationship, just let people know this is going to be a 10-minute one because it's like lots of value and everything like that. Just let your people know ahead of time. So some of the things that I learned about videos that I go save you time and how to optimize video on LinkedIn. It's 10 minutes max. You have to add subtitles because the habits of LinkedIn professionals is they love to read. They don't have headphones around them. You need to have subtitles. I don't, because I pump out video every day. I'm still like creating a conveyor belt where I have to like find editors to pump out content. That's why I talk to Shootsta. I'm still in the process. Anyway, video, you don't have to do it every day because that's crazy. Like what I do is for a living is what people can't do, sustain it. So how can you do it in a way that is sustainable? Once a week, like show your face. Video is great because when you write content, a post or whatever, along with video, having video shows that you know your stuff, have credibility, and you're human. They like knowing that there's like, people do business with people. And just remember, like, video is still very beta. Like, at the moment, like, Daniel and I was having, like, breakfast this morning, and we're talking about how Business Insider are recycling a lot of the content from Facebook onto LinkedIn. It kind of indicates that no one knows what they're doing on LinkedIn right now. So you have to, like, be, like, some of the things that you have to be aware about. It's like, who do you want to pull in? Who do you want to, like, talk to? Want to talk to CEOs? Then talk to CEOs. Imagine on the other side of that video or person watching right now is a CEO. What are the things that they are having or dealing with right now that you can help them with? So that's a great way of, like, having a KPI. And it's like, if you know videos are doing really well and they come back to you, it's like, yeah, I watched one of your videos and I really love what you're saying. That's an indicator. Like, you know, build that kind of, like, KPI around that is a great way of knowing that if video is worthwhile. You can't do one video, you have to do a multiple of videos, because if you, as a channel, one of the pros is that you're, like, on their feed all the time. People have come to me at the airports at the moment, it's like, are you String? So it's like, you're on my feed all the time and we're not even connected. So it works. Like, second and third connections, people are seeing my content right now. And I will tell you how the you know, the magic algorithm works in terms of, like, how do you get onto the second and third as well. So videos is great. So what I've done right now is, because it's so hard to find my content, I have, like, one called String Video, and generally I have a thread called String Story. So use hashtags. Okay, great. At the moment, can I show the kit for Shootsta at the moment? Just one. Yeah, just any. Yeah, there's one, my one. The cool thing about Shootsta or, like, phones these days, you don't, where is it? She has it. My intern had it. You only need your phone these days. You don't need fancy camera equipment, because this and a tripod and sound is all you need right now. This is actually gives you great quality of video. So people expect you to have high production. This is your high production. So the do you think video on this is pretty good or not, generally? Yeah. So, like, letting you know we're shooting on an iPhone. And people, so we're even, like, use Samsung phones and Androids. It's probably the better ones. Like, Samsung is another great one. Your phone is a powerful video tool, and you could, you know, like, just use that, and people love it because there's this sense of intimacy about it as well. And if you're, like, providing trends or insights into it, just do that. It's like, have, like, a strong intro. Hi, my name is Thing, and this is what I go talk about today. Go really quickly into the insights. Call to action is, like, if you want to know more and want to, like, discuss how I could help you with your business, like, message here and call me on this, or use your emails. So always have a call to action. So, because at the end of the day, people are business as well. They want a reason to, like, reach out to you. So this is the LinkedIn algorithms. The first hour does make a difference. The more people comment, like, whatever onto it, which is a basic, once you understand how the algorithm works, you reverse engineer it, but the first 1 hour is, like, a good indicator of virality, or, like, going a network effect. Let's not call it viral, let's call it networked effect. How do you get, like, a network effect that goes beyond your first degrees of connections? You want your first degree connections and your second degree connections to comment and have conversations in your post. So I just go have a breakdown of what the algorithm is like. Your algorithms is sorted through text, image, video updates, and they're put into 3 piles: spam, low quality, or clear. And the LinkedIn bot, they clear your post and it goes and sends it to a small random segment of your audience or your, like, connections, and predicts how well it scores. Like, comments, and shares from your focus group will determine how popular the post is. A like is 1 point, comments is 2 points, share is 3 points. Just letting you know, if you're sharing someone else's points, you're contributing to their points, not your points. But the best ones that I find so far is, if you follow me, by the way, I'll be on your feed forever, is that people have conversations without me now. That's after 3 months on being a channel, where people just have like, they know that people jump in, people read. So having comments where it's like relevant, engaging, people read that because they want to know what kind of conversations are happening right now. So as you get more people commenting and engaging in your post, it gets reviewed by humans of LinkedIn headquarters, and the editors will like, oh, that's trending, so they put it up again. So it goes through this cycle. I have like posts from 3 weeks ago going up my feed sometimes. And that's it. Like, and so recap, and be a channel, and don't be dry. Like, be like this grandma. Don't be dry as fuck. Any questions? Spreadsheet is your best friend. Because there's no third-party tools, because it's so new. And plus, things do better natively than Hootsuite at the moment. I probably have to do more tests around that. But I haven't found any tools that, it's almost like they recognize that it's coming from somewhere else. Because the game of social media is, how do you make it sticky? How do we like make them stay inside the app? So it's really manual at the moment. Oh, Robin. Oh, I go do something with Robin. I go like audit Robin's like post. Can I do it really quickly? All right. As you could tell, sorry, she needs a cover. Canva is a good tool. Canva is a great social media. Canva.com is a great tool. Okay, yeah.
Like Canvas without the S.
Okay. So on mobiles, try have nothing in the middle. The best premium spot is like here and here. Marketing community manager is that thing that doesn't say anything. So you have to find like, are you recruiting at the moment? How are you using LinkedIn at the moment? Okay, so in many ways this is fine. So the first 2 lines are like are kind of like your statement pieces or something like that. If you want to promote bulk, then you probably should put the vision or statement pieces if you want. And because people, if they like what they read, they click more and they want to read what's going on. And let's see. You could tell that you've been liking other people's posts, but you haven't created posts. So you're more a consumer than a creator or a curator. That's fine. Like that shows like what you achieved as well. So that's it. I quit audit. But you have a question?
How did you organically get such a huge following in such a short time?
Be a channel. I just push content every day.
And then people just started liking and following you? Or?
Yeah, they like my content. So I'll just like, that's where the profile visit is. That's like my post view, and people even search for me. And I did one about engagement pods with like, sharing tips about LinkedIn and things. And I get 158 likes and 40 comments. So people have conversations without me now. So if you have like compelling content, one that kind of polarizes attitudes, where they feel like they have to say something against you, people will say it. So even negative comments is a good comment for me, because it contributes to the points. And you have the right content that's like compelling enough or within your industry that people just want to follow you. If you consume, you don't get that traffic. So like, that's what I said. I created inbound traffic where I become the source or the channel or stuff.
Watch out for.
Josh Fletcher, they hate him in many ways because he tells them how to game the system. But if you write content that's like educates people, I'm sure that it's not spammy. It's like they don't like it when you push content outside of LinkedIn. And
so as in, if you're sharing external links, that's just going to be seen as spam.
Oh no, like if you write original native content, that's slightly that is like original, that's more on the clear. Like if you follow me, you probably notice that I don't share links. I don't even put links. I don't occasionally put photos in there. I put a lot of videos in there, and I get high traffic. It's like if you share someone else's content, you're clicking them outside of LinkedIn. It's a global channel. I don't know. You have to, who's your target audience? What do they do? If you're like targeting Australia, it's probably Sydney time, early in the morning and lunch and when they're going home. SEO does contribute to it a little bit, so you need to have keywords there. So that's why I say treat it like a landing page. Your title is like an SEO. Your post kind of contributes to SEO. Even like your profile contributes to it as well. Any questions? Company pages as well. It doesn't work at the moment.
What do you mean?
It doesn't seem to get the viral network effect compared to like thing. And you have to be really on point. But people at the moment, it seems like people generally just want to follow people more than company pages. I have to test that out because I'm the point where like I'm specializing inbound and I created like a marketing agency around it. I'm testing out outbound now, and also a lot of like my clients have been requesting, what do we do with our company pages? So I'm testing it out, but I haven't seen like any outstanding, like the people that populate my feed aren't company pages. It's actually people's profile. So it's almost like you need to create, like if you're like a major brand thing, it's almost like you need a person to represent their brand, to be the face of the brand a little bit, because people want to know them more than they want to know the brand, because they feel like they could connect with that person than a brand itself. People get confused. It's not like you're pushing, you're pulling. Like you're pulling the people that you want to connect with, all right? People think you need to push content. The new style of inbound is like, who do you pull? The more hyper targeted with that, like you engage with content. For example, if you want to talk to CEOs about cybersecurity, talk to like, you know, global issues or like projects and stuff like that. Who do you want to pull? People think like, you know, it's a little bit interesting for me because there are only 3 things I talk about: video and video marketing and LinkedIn marketing. So people come to me just to learn how to like, because everyone wants to be a channel, or how to like do LinkedIn marketing because it's a new hot thing, because it's lead gen, right? So they just follow me just because of video, because everyone wants to do video and everyone wants to do LinkedIn. So I know that.
Topic focus,
Totally topic focus or theme focus. But people follow me because I travel around a lot and I have access to CEOs and founders a lot too. So those are the people that people love to like hang out with all the time. You kind of have to cater to your audience more. So then that way you become a channel for them. So it's like all about, it's not about you, it's always about them. You could tell by like Shootsta is a company, but they don't even, they do have a brand, like company page, and I've probably treated like a playlist or a profile of your best content, because people do look at it. And what they did was like they segment themes and like thought leaderships or like topics into profiles. So like CEO talks about like operations and like cybersecurity and data, and CEO talks to, because he's like followings are all CEOs. So it'd be great like if they have high level conversations about like how they use videos on scale to do internal communications, or how to do like CEO, how to run their global businesses. So like if you know who you are, like your followers are, then you could cater for that as well. Because then you want them to have a reason for them to like start engaging conversations with you. Because every person that comments on your feed is a potential lead. Yeah, I interact because I want to leverage their network. Plus, it allows me to see what works, because if for example, I'm doing ICO marketing, which is like cryptocurrency, and someone's like, you know, do you do any other forms of payment? And I just wrote one sentence. Yeah, I accept cryptocurrency. And within 2 days, I had 3 lead gens, just like saying that line. So it's like, in many ways, having on point or things like that means that like you commenting on other people's, and me being a video person or like a marketing agency that's like a LinkedIn influencer has its advantage, I guess.
Does it rank the algorithm at all? I know
no, it's more like it contributes to, well, actually, there's a tactic where I don't really like it, because for me, I'm trying to train my people to have conversations without me. Because I can't, as a person who runs my business myself, do I want to like thank you to every comment to like boost up algorithms. People do that just so they could boost out the algorithms, because it does, like your own comment does actually put up to the feed. So there's a pro for that. In the first month, you probably have to do it intensely, but you have to like step away from it because it's not sustainable unless you got a VA or some other person to like and comment and to do it. I'm trying to train people to have conversations without me. So what I'm trying to do in the bigger picture is like, how do you do it, become a channel that even your own people contribute and protects you when troll happens as well. But you can do it. Like I've noticed my friends will like go back to every comment and engage in conversations with them. Me, I just like read through it, and if I like someone's comment or I disagree with them, I have that, because that would means like that person, you know, it's a more like genuine conversation that contributes to my framework of my like topics and post. That sounds like Amplify is like another Hootsuite, like which probably like is like a good way of like pushing it out there. But I find that even Facebook, you know, Facebook shows you that it's been pushed out from that platform, and there's always a risk that it's not genuine. Then they know it's like being pushed out. But as a bigger corporation, it's kind of expected that you have to like manage your content anyway. Me, because I'm like a personal brand, like I actually have a post per day, and I upload really quickly up. So I do that just because I want to know what the algorithms are like. I'm actually in a testing phase of using like Hootsuite, and now I'm going to test out Amplify and see which one like actually boosts out the algorithms. Does it make a difference or does it not make a difference is a question. No, like, but we could stay in touch, so, or follow me, because I'll probably go test out these tools anyway, because people do use other platforms to do third-party things.
Yeah, because I understand there's a LinkedIn tool that's recently come online that's sort of, for LinkedIn, covers that, you know, that pushing of content for organisations like ours, but I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, because it's so new. You have to remember, like, pushing out content or creating like native content or being a channel is so new right now that people haven't adjusted to the API yet. So it's like, that's why I'm still like pushing out natively, because that's where the gap of the opportunity of the algorithms is right now. So what happens is, like, if you want to like get people to comment on your posts, send them on this link and send it to your friends, like, comment on this for me, please. So that way it goes through their network. So the first 1 hour is like, how do you, so there's like, all you have to understand is like this is a tactic that I use and a lot of people use as well. When I first started, I set up like group chats on LinkedIn, we all drop a link each day or whatever, and everyone goes and comments on it. It's like really tedious, really. But, you know, after a while, probably bots will like be replacing it, but you want genuine conversations. So that's what I've done, like have multiple group chats. So people will like, I drop links in, and it engages the algorithms.
This is a chicken dance.
As you can tell, like, she knows my brand too well.
I know.
I'm with
Holly Stevens,
and she runs Triangle, which is
a community who helps females take their first steps into entrepreneurship. So that very early stage when you don't know how to get started with an idea, but you've got something there. We help you through that with our community, access to experts and mentors, and just getting started with that idea.
How long have you been doing this for now?
It's actually only started since May this year, so not long at all. So just a few months. Yeah.
And so this platform empowers women. What is the most common thing that they do all the time? Or like every startup or entrepreneurs do all the time?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're finding, and I have a marketing business as well, so I actually started this as a side business. One of the things that we always find is that they want to build something and they haven't even proven that they've got even any market there. So what we really try to make you understand is your core beliefs, your strengths, your weaknesses on why you want to start and be an entrepreneur, because it's really bloody hard, and how we can start to teach you on that route, whether you become an entrepreneur or you don't. There's nothing wrong with not being one, but it's about kind of proving that there's something there, make sure there's customers if you are going to build a business, and really starting something that you believe in.
So the concept of like build it and it will come is a falsehood.
You should be testing if there's customers actually out there that's going to buy your product before you build anything. And there's so many strategies that you can do that, and you probably know that as well as being in marketing, but there's ways that you can do that through landing pages and kind of like speaking to customers that you are going to potentially target before you build anything.
I find that a lot of people, like women entrepreneurs, they don't even have any tech background, and they go to an app software and they get charged like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So much. Like, you're going to be spending like hundreds of thousands.
And then when you create an MVP, sometimes you just need to like put a mash of like all existing products together just to test it out, right?
Yeah, and that's something I put in Triangles, that I actually did a whole deck on how you can market your business or your idea on a budget. And just like use tips, tools, things to get you started, like check out what the competitors are doing, and just start to push those ideas out there.
And so what I've done to see if there's interest around LinkedIn marketing was to play games and collect emails and run workshops as well.
Yeah, that's what we do as well. We run workshops, we run them in Sydney, London, we're launching Melbourne, we're going to launch a few more countries next year. And we want to help en masse, like women to understand what it's like to be an entrepreneur, how to get started, and access mentors, experts in their field, and really drive that idea forward.
Okay, awesome. And if people want to know more about Triangles, what's the website?
HeyTriangles.xyz.
Excellent. Thank you. Cheers.
So what I've done, if I have to like do it again, and I probably would afterwards because I know that's a really popular one. For me, LinkedIn is a testing ground for content because no one knows anything. So I'll probably add subtitles into that one. And what I did was like I put a catchy title, you know, empowering women to be entrepreneurs, and add subtitles for the next one. LinkedIn.
You can post it straight to LinkedIn. I don't need to post it somewhere else.
If there's a camera emoji like this. See that? There's there's image, write an article, image, and video.
Did you film that on the phone?
Yeah.
Straight to LinkedIn?
Not even gimbal. A tripod, my phone, and a good tripod, like my mic. Yeah, like. Yeah.
And did you film that straight to LinkedIn, or did you film it?
No, I don't trust LinkedIn because.
So you have it on your phone and then you upload it.
Yes, because I want to copy myself. It's always good to have your own copy because then you could like upload it to Facebook or upload it somewhere else afterwards as well.
So you upload the same video to LinkedIn?
Yeah, because I'm still growing my channel, and a lot of my founders and friends love watching me about learning about business like this.
Do you think that's a duplicated content?
Pardon?
Do you think there will be a duplicated content?
Oh, they don't have. No one complains. They just like to see me dance.
Different targets are on different platforms. So.
Unless like you're like Business Insider, where they have millions and have like monopoly, they will get annoyed. But if you're growing, they don't get annoyed so much. Or you just cut and edit to the best optimal content.
Which piece you're showing on which platform?
Yeah, because on LinkedIn, it's all about people want to learn. On Facebook, they want to be entertained. That's how I see it as at the moment.
So what do you feel, which video channel is the best? Is it YouTube, Facebook?
And I'm always like, who's your audience or who do you want to make money from? Okay, because like people always complain to me, it's like, I don't want to pay marketers because they don't convert properly for me. It's like, cool, so who's your money? Like, where's your money?
But YouTube is the best, the biggest search.
Yeah, but not for B2B.
It's important for SEO, but
Important for SEO.
to bring your message back to wherever you're trying to bring them, right?
Because what Daniel and I was talking about this is like different platforms have different things. Like for me, YouTube is like a great playlist because it just and better SEOs because it's part of Google. Facebook is great in terms of brand awareness because like advertising, if you hyper target it to the Facebook ads, is the best platform out there. LinkedIn is reaching the business people and professionals. So once you know who your target is, you cater for that growth or cater to that message for that. Because at the end of the day, it's not about your like you want to like match up your messaging to their messaging, but you want to like reach out to the right audience and right connections and stuff.
So it's not a good idea you post same content to different channels?
Me, I'm just one person. Of course it is. But if you have like budget for it, it's better to like have the idle settings where you want a good message from everyone of them. And I'm expecting you have a bigger budget than I do. I'm just being cheeky, but yes.
Yeah.
That's because no one puts headphone on and they feel like it's rude.
Or the computer's a lot more sound.
Yes. And so professionals,
Watch it on the slide.
most professional places like think it's rude to, I don't know, like if you have like headphones on or anything like that, but I don't, not everywhere, but people read. So it's so new, but that's probably where the opportunity lies. Because very few people, even businesses, like they know that LinkedIn exists, there's video, but they don't know how to like do it at the moment. So like I said again, you're like 6 months ahead with this information now, because it's going to change again. So like I'll probably see you in 6 months, like, Sarah, this is like the stuff that I found at the moment on LinkedIn. That's how rapidly it's going to change.